Jai Sri Ganesh. This video is a part of our event Know Your Ganesha. So let us start it with a small offering to Ganesha. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Ganpati Bappa Moria, Mangal Murti Moria. So let us know about Ganesha. Who is Lord Ganesha? I'm sure a lot of you already know about it. There is nothing new that I am going to tell you, but let us just look at it once again. So Sri Ganesh, whom we also call Ganpati, Gajapati, Vinayak, is the Lord of good fortune and prosperity and success. He is also the Lord of new beginnings and the remover of obstacles. Om Ganpataye Namaha. So he has a lot of different names. So we will just look at a few of his names, which are Chaturbhuj, that is the Lord with 4 arms. Ekdanta, Lord with 1 tusk. Gajanan, Lord with the intellect like an elephant. Ganpati, Lord of all Ganas. Lambodara, Lord with a big belly. Mangalmurti, the most auspicious Lord. Siddhivinayak, victorious. Vignaharta, the destroyer of obstacles. Vinayaka, Lord of all beings. So we are also going to look at the festival of Ganesh Chaturthi, which we are looking forward to celebrate in our homes. So when does Ganesh Chaturthi festival happen, or when is it celebrated? We can look at it as the birth anniversary of Lord Ganesha. He was born during the Shukla Paksha of Bhadrapada month. So these names are very new, but they come from our Hindu calendars. So in the future, we will discuss about it so the children can know more about the Hindu calendar. So this year, Ganesh Chaturthi falls on the 10th of September, and our scriptures suggest that we should bring Sri Ganesh idol made of mud, which is either homemade or you can buy it in the market. So on the 4th day of the lunar month of Bhadrapad, it should be invited home. So upon welcoming the Ganesha, we must place it in the left palm and then consecrate it by saying Om Siddhivinayaka Namaha, Om Ganpataye Namaha. So this is how we have looked at the time of the Ganesh Chaturthi festival. Now let us look at how we celebrate it. So Ganesh Chaturthi is celebrated as a festival of new beginnings and the removal of all the obstacles. A clay idol or even an idol made up of turmeric is good. You can make Lord Ganesha and seat him on a wooden seat in the most auspicious, clean place in your house. The place is decorated. You can use flowers, you can use Durva, anything that is natural, because once it's dried, you can put it back and Mother Earth will accept it. So, making rangolis, you can make rangolis with rice flour. Uh, they say that when you make rangolis at your doorstep or in your kitchen or inside the house, it attracts positivity and good fortune. One also makes a swastik, and it's a way to, invite Sri Ganesha at the doorstep. So usually at the entrance of the house, you would make a swastik. The idol of Sri Ganesh should be brought home one day in advance, if possible, or in the morning of the day of Ganesh Chaturthi. And this year, the best time is the Madhyayana time, which is uh, from 11:30 to around 1:30. It is an auspicious time to uh, place the Ganesha in the area that you have decorated. You could do the first Aarti at that time. You can check the Panchang or the Vedic calendar of that days to get the exact time. So the other members of the family should also accompany the head of the house. So it can be the woman or the man, whoever is bringing this Ganesha. All the others in the family should accompany them to welcome Ganesha home. So while bringing Lord Ganesha, uh, it is a practice that you cover the head. When you cover the head of the Ganesha, see that the whole face is covered when you bring him in. So before Ganeshji is placed for worship, you make a small pile of rice and then place Ganeshji on top of it. Then ceremoniously worship Ganeshji with stotras and mantra chanting to receive the benefits of Sri Ganesha's presence. Ganeshji's murti is now charged with all the goodness and will keep emitting his grace around. Wherever he goes, in your house, in your heart, in the family members that are with you, also those who could not make it due to the situations today. The rice grains are also charged, which can be mixed with the rice stored in the house, and every time you make rice from the storage, it gives benefits equivalent to Ganeshji's prasad. So now let us see how the Ganesh Pujan is done. So for the Pujan, we have already placed the Ganesha on the rice. Now we start the worship by first sipping of water from the palm. It is called Achaman. So uttering the Ganesh mantra, and then you have to take a sankalpa. Thereafter, Sri Mahaganpati is invoked in a coconut or a betel nut and worshipped. Then the instruments of worship, namely the shank or the conch shell, the bell, that is the ghanti, and the lamp, the diya, they are all brought and placed and are worshipped. The idol of Sri Ganesh brought on the day of Sri Ganesh Chaturthi is consecrated, that is called as Pran Pratishtha. After the consecration of Sri Ganeshji's Murti, it is worshipped with 16 substances. In the Shodash Upchar Pujan, water is sprinkled on Ganeshji's feet. Sandalwood mixed water is sprinkled, and then it is bathed with 5 nectars, that is the milk, honey, curd, ghee and sugar, which is the Panchamrit. The Murti is consecrated by sprinkling water, that is called as doing the Abhishek, by dipping a flower or the Durva, that is the grass, A clean cotton cloth is then offered to Sri Ganesha. Then the sacred thread, that is the Yagyopavit, we say, that is then offered, which is the Janyu. Then sandalwood paste is offered to Sri Ganesh. The turmeric paste is also offered. Kumkum, that is the vermilion, is offered. Unbroken rice, that is akshat, is offered. Garland of flowers are offered. Flowers are offered at the feet of the idol of Sri Ganesha. Then the unbroken rice or the flowers are offered to Sri Ganesha's head to feet, accompanied by the reciting of some mantras. Leaves of the shami tree are offered. The Durva, or the sacred grass, or the grass that Ganpati loves the most, is offered to Sri Ganesha. On the day of Sri Ganesh Chaturthi, we also bring the tulsi leaf. Once the leaves are offered, then Naivedya, or the prasad of modak, laddus, is offered and arti is performed. One should then pay their respects and pray to Sri Ganeshji. After this, at least 8 parikramas of Sri Ganesh are performed. At the end, flowers are offered with mantras. It is called Mantra Pushpanjali, with spiritual emotion and respect paid to Sri Ganesha to conclude the rituals of worship. So this is roughly how the Ganesh Pujan is done. Then the food that is made at home is served as prasad to each and every one who has come to the house of this person who is bringing Lord Ganesha. It is not necessary for you to get an idol from outside. You can make the Ganesha idol at home. Preferably if you have children, your children can make it. You can also worship a Ganesh idol that is already there in your own temple at home. And once you have finished the meal, there are many people who also have Satyanarayan Puja, which is once in a year they do it. So they can sometimes do it along with the Ganesh Chaturthi Pujan also. So if you are one of those, then ideally you do not eat and you first finish the Satyanarayan Puja and then only the prasad is served to all. So we now look at why Ganpati is worshipped first. So Gana is a group of 8 Vasus. The word Vasu refers to the direction or the guardian deity or god of the directions, that is Dikpal or Dikdev. So Ganpati is the nurturer, master or the Swami of these directions. According to some, Ganpati is the master of the 10 directions, the upward and the downward directions, along with the 8 directions that we already know, the north, south, east, west, northeast. So all those 8 directions also. So the other gods cannot reach the site of ritualistic worship or the puja from many directions without his permission. Hence, any auspicious task or any ritual worship of any other god is commended with the ritualistic worship of Lord Ganesha. Once Ganpati clears the directions, the god whom one is worshipping can manifest itself there. This itself is referred as Mahadwar Puja or Mahaganpati Pujan. So, Ganpati is used instead of Brahman and Mahaganpati is used instead of Para Brahman, that is the supreme god. So now let us look at the birth story of Ganesha. It's a very interesting story. I'm sure many of you already know it. So once Lord Shiva goes away for a long period of time to meditate in the Himalayas. And Parvati, who is left behind, is advised by Lakshmi to create a son from her grime so that she would have company and the sun would uplift the universe. At her insistence, Parvati makes an idol of a boy and breathes life into it. She calls him Vinayak. The days pass by and news of Shiva's return reaches Parvati. As she is getting ready to welcome Shiva, due to constant disturbances caused in her bath, Parvati instructs Ganesha to guard the door and not let anyone inside. Gauri Nandan Vinayak stops everyone at the door. Like an obedient son, bear in mind that Vinayak has not set eyes on Shiva yet. Shiva comes there, and while going inside to meet Parvati, Vinayak stops him. Despite telling Vinayak to let him go, Vinayak does not allow him to enter. Many Shiva devotees, sages, and gods request Vinayak to let Shiva in, but Vinayak does not budge from his stand. Moreover, with his inflated ego, he also challenges them to a war with him. In fact, Vinayak forces the others to fight with him. He ties up all the gods and harasses the sages and the seers and doesn't listen to anyone. Lord Shiva therefore comes there again and tries to reason with Vinayak. But he insults even Shiva, and he picks up his weapon and aims it at Shiva. Shiva is left with no choice and beheads him. Everyone is stunned to see this. When Devi Parvati comes to know about the incident, she insists Shiva to revive Vinayak, and when that is not done, she takes on a formidable destructive form. All gods request Shiva to bring back Vinayak to life in the interest of the universe. It is impossible, however, to make Vinayak alive in the original form. So Shiva instructs that another head must be joined to Vinayak's body. He tells that before sunset, if any animal is willing to give its head up, that head should be brought and fixed. Gajasura is an elephant that Shiva doots come across. Gajasura had performed severe penance to please Shiva. Gajasura requested Shiva to remain in his belly, but Brahma and Vishnu dissuaded him from doing so and in turn bestowed a boon that in the future Gajasura would always be with Shiva. This highly learned Gajasura gets an opportunity to take advantage of that boon, so he becomes very happy and gets ready for the sacrifice. His head is brought back and joined to Vinayak's body, and Shiva revives him. This is how Lord Ganesha was born. Now let us look at the religious practices in the other parts of India. So primarily the Ganesh Chaturthi is celebrated in Maharashtra. So Ganesh Chaturthi is one of the biggest festivals of the year and is celebrated all over Maharashtra with great excitement. Idols of Lord Ganesha can be found in all households, while there are Sarvajanik Ganpatis that are found in societies, in mandals. Roadside pandals are set up where huge idols are placed. The best places to experience Ganesh Chaturthi in Maharashtra are Mumbai and Pune. Chants of Ganpati Bappa Moria, Mangal Murti Moria signify the beginning of the Ganesha festival in these cities. In Mumbai, the Siddhivinayak temple is visited by thousands of devotees during the Ganesh festival. These devotees sing prayers and pay their respects to Lord Ganesha. On the other hand, the Srimant Dagdu Seth Halwai Ganpati temple of Pune holds great historical significance. It is famous for its pujas as well as for the modaks and other sweets. Also, Maharashtra is famous for huge processions of dhol tasha events during Ganesh Chaturthi. These processions are also carried out on the last day, that is the Ananta Chaturdashi day of the Ganesha festival, where the Ganesh idols are immersed in the nearby rivers or seas. In the same way, in Delhi, the Ganesh Chaturthi celebrations are known for their grand nature. The giant idols can be found in different places where the priests of various temples recite chants and sing praises of Lord Ganesha. Pandals are decorated and cultural programs of dance and music are organized to celebrate Ganesh Chaturthi. Delicious prasad is served in temples while people from all over the state come to take part in this Ganesh Chaturthi celebration. Ganesh Chaturthi celebration, just like Maharashtra, it is also celebrated with great pomp and excitement in Goa. People prepare for Ganesh Chaturthi by cleaning their houses and visit relatives and friends during this festival. A wide variety of Ganesh idols are designed by local artisans, after which they are placed in different pandals. These idols are made using items like coconuts, canes, and even bamboos. Since Goa is a home to a large number of Hindu temples, the Ganesh Chaturthi celebrations take place on a grand scale. Tourists from all over the country visit Goa during Ganesh Chaturthi as it is widely considered to be a special occasion. The state of Karnataka celebrates the festival of Ganesh Chaturthi in different traditional and ritualistic ways. Here it is known as Ganesh Habba, and prayers are offered to Goddess Gauri, the mother of Lord Ganesh. The festival is celebrated in grand way and sweets like modakam, goju, and payasam are distributed. People pray and offer their respects to Lord Ganesha and Goddess Gauri. Married women also pay their respects to Goddess Gauri and pray for a peaceful married life. While in Tamil Nadu, devotees of Lord Ganesha visit different temples during the Ganesh Chaturthi festival. Apart from the special pujas and aartis, temples also offer modaks for all the devotees. Similar to Maharashtra and Delhi, the people of Tamil Nadu also set up pandals and place huge idols of Lord Ganesha during Ganesh Chaturthi. People seek the blessings of Lord Ganesha and pray for a prosperous life. The city of Hyderabad in Telangana celebrates Ganesh Chaturthi over a period of 10 days with equal excitement. Also, one of the tallest idols of Lord Ganesha is installed in Khairatabad, which is the famous mandal in Hyderabad. Similarly, other mandals also install giant idols across the state. The Ganesh Chaturthi celebration includes puja, dance, and aartis, where people pay their respects to Lord Ganesh in different ways. After 10 days, these idols are then immersed in wells or other river tanks. Since Ganesh Chaturthi is one of the most popular festivals in India, it is celebrated with a lot of enthusiasm. People from all over the country take part in the Ganesh Chaturthi celebration and pray to the elephant-headed god for his blessings. Ganpati Bappa Moria. Now let us look at the social significance of Ganesh Chaturthi. So the idea of celebrating Ganesh Chaturthi publicly was first presented by Bhau Sahib Lakshman Zawai. He placed the first public Ganesha in Pune, that is in Maharashtra. This idea of Sarvajanik Ganesh Utsav, that is public celebrations of Ganesh Chaturthi, captivated the Indian freedom fighter and socialist Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Back then, India was a British colony and Indians were not allowed to form groups or organize public meetings as British officials were afraid that we may plan of some rebel. So Ganesh Chaturthi celebration was a platform where people can meet. This practice soon became a public event where elder people used to discuss political issues and current affairs of India then. Activities such as folk music, dance, drama, poetry, etc. were enjoyed by the people. This can be seen even today in modern India. No matter how big the idol is, but we must never forget the actual significance of the celebrations is to get people together. Now comes the most interesting part. Ganesha's favorite foods. They are the modak, poha gud laddu, banana halwa, besan laddu, apple basundi, bundi ka laddu, puranpoli, gujia, श्रीखंड, शंकरपाली, बेसन बर्फी, रवा बर्फी, halwa. You will find many types of modak which people made at home. Ukadiche modak, palai modak, chocolate modak. This is a great time to make all these sweets at home. And if you have children around, you can get the children to help you. It becomes a great activity to do as a family together. So this Ganesh Chaturthi, make all these sweets which Ganesha loves, share it with Ganesha himself and your family members, and have a great celebration. Invite your neighbors, go visiting family, friends, meet as many people as possible. We are in an age of isolation where we need to get back to the human contact. We need to start getting the humanness back in our interactions. Keeping in mind all the safety that has been told to us of wearing a mask, keeping the distance, yet do not let the humanness go away. You can still go and meet your family. You can still celebrate your festivals. This festival, Ganesh Chaturthi, is a great opportunity of guarding your inner light, of letting it shine. Let it spread the warmth and the light in you, around you. It's a great time to look inside, within yourselves. This light that you carry, which you've brought with you for yourself and for the people around you. Spread this light with a lot of love and warmth. Let us end this presentation with a Ganesh Aarti. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा, एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी, माथे सिंदूर सोहे मूसे की सवारी। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा, पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा, लड्डुअन का भोग लगे संत करे सेवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा, अंधन को आँख देत कोढ़िन को काया, बांझन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा, सूर शाम शरण आए सफल कीजे सेवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा, दीनन की लाज रखो शंभु सुतवारी, कामना को पूर्ण करो जाओ बलिहारी। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। गणपति बप्पा मोरया, मंगल मूर्ति मोरया।